also rise to make a contribution on the bill that's before us today, the Teacher Registration Amendment Bill 2022. And I welcome the opportunity to say a few words about this bill and also, as others have done, to say a few words about our teachers and about our schools and about the excellent outcomes that are being achieved for our young people. Particularly, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm seeing in Mirrabooka. But first to the bill, and I think others before me have actually covered it in fairly reasonable detail. So let me just say that it is an important bill. It is important that we have a sound Teachers Registration Board and that it goes about its job of registering teachers in a way that is effective and efficient and actually reflects modern best practice. I think others have noted the significant number of registered teachers in Western Australia. More than 56,000 of them in this state, so a significant number. 78% of those are fully registered teachers, and then the rest of the numbers made up with provisional, non-practising and limited registration teachers. So the amendments that are contained in this bill follow a 2018 review of the Act, which also included extensive consultation with education stakeholders, including employers and unions such as the State School Teachers Union, the SSTU WA. So in broad terms, this bill will do a number of things. It will strengthen the power of the board to respond to matters of child safety involving teachers, consistent with the recommendations of the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse. And in this place, we've dealt with a number of bits of legislation now, and I've certainly spoken on some of those bills, underlying the importance of that Royal Commission in a whole range of different ways, in many different parts of the government, to ensure that we've got a widespread response that ensure that children in our community are safe. And this is another piece of that really important puzzle. And again, I want to commend the work of the Gillard government for calling that Royal Commission. Its second purpose is to ensure an effective registration system that allows teachers to move between registration categories and improve fairness for teachers returning after an absence. And it will allow Western Australia to fully participate in the Australian Teacher Workforce Data Strategy. Having schemes of registration or licensing, which is another common sort of provision, is really important in many professions and occupations as a way of making sure that people who are performing the work are fit to do that, and that they're also required to do certain things to maintain that fitness to carry out that purpose. And so the work of the Teachers Registration Board is important for those who are engaged in the teaching profession, and it is very similar to what we might find in a range of other different, sort of schemes of registrations for a range of professions and different occupations. But today I wanted to talk more generally about teachers and some of the amazing work that I see going on, particularly in my community in Mirrabooka, because I think that is where the rubber really hits the road, members. Teachers' registration is important, but I think what's really interesting about this bill and interesting about the contributions that have been made to date is how our teachers impact on us so profoundly. In writing my comments, I was reflecting on my favourite teachers, the one who has had impacted me the most. I'm not going to share those stories with the House, but it's quite interesting to reflect on that. And the teachers that had the biggest impact, in fact, stand out clearly, even when there's been a significant period of time that's elapsed, as indeed it has been since I was at school, quite a significant period of time. But their impact on our lives is profound, and we remember it long after we've forgotten many other things about our young life. I did want to acknowledge firstly that this week we'll celebrate World Teachers' Day on Friday, the 28th of October, which is a great opportunity to acknowledge the incredible work that teachers do. I think that there is, as there always is nowadays with these sorts of days, there's an opportunity to say thank you by taking a selfie, and I think you can actually get a hat kind of imposed on your selfie, which leans into the theme that they're running with this year, which is hats off to teachers. I'm not sure I'm going to wear a hat on Friday, but I do encourage everyone to take the opportunity to say thank you to the teachers working in our community. the teachers that perhaps are teaching your children or the teachers that taught you. But on World Teachers' Day, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you to all the teachers in Mirrabooka. You do incredible work every day with our young people. You are not just committed to teaching our children, but you are committed to helping our young people be the best person that they can be. You see the whole child and you help them grow and develop and take advantage of their unique gifts. I know that our teachers regularly go above and beyond because of their commitment to the young people in our community. This year's been more difficult than most, as teaching staff and other school staff responded to the challenges of COVID. You coped with your fellow teachers and students being off on leave, and you adapted to teaching in new ways using remote learning. You managed cancelled sports carnivals, school balls and camping trips, and helped keep our students on track and learning during one of the most disruptive periods of the last 100 years. So to all the teachers in our Mirrabooka community, I say thank you for all that you do. In our community in Mirrabooka, we are fortunate to have many outstanding teachers and schools. I wanted to share a few of them with the House today. I wanted to particularly acknowledge Sharon Pabler, a teacher at Girraween Senior High School, who was the winner of Secondary Teacher of the Year at the WA Education Awards just last year. In those awards last year, the Mirrabooka electorate had 2 schools that were also nominated for awards, and that was the Girraween Senior High School, which was nominated for Secondary School of the Year, and the Kandoola Primary School, which was nominated for the Primary School of the Year. I'm very pleased to be able to report that Girraween Senior High School has been nominated again this year as a finalist in the Excellence in Teaching and Learning secondary category. And I look forward to learning if their nomination has been successful when the award winners are announced in November of this year. I do want to wish them all the best of luck, but I know that the work that they do every day is important and significant, and regardless of whether they're the eventual award winners, we all benefit from the incredible work that they do at the Girraween High School. Our outstanding teachers right through the community are working with young people, ensuring that we are developing some incredible and outstanding leaders. And I wanted to acknowledge some of those young people as well in my contribution tonight. Mirrabooka resident Zara Al-Halili was announced as the WA Young Person of the Year and the Mission Australia Young Changemaker Award winner at the recent WA Youth Awards. In March, Zara was awarded the Youth Award at the 2022 WA Multicultural Awards. Zara is an outstanding young leader who has spoken at the United Nations and is already showing leadership on a global stage. Zara attended primary school at Dryandra Primary School in Mirrabooka, and I know that whole school community celebrated Zara's recent success and are incredibly proud of her. I want to congratulate Zara for her significant achievements and her leadership. She's already an outstanding young person who's stepping up to lead on the world stage. We are all incredibly proud of her, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for her. I also want to give a shout out to Kandoola local Sheila Jawi, who's a Year 10 student at Girraween Senior High School. Sheila was recently announced as one of the students who's been appointed to the first ever Student Council that's been established by the Minister for Education. I recently had the pleasure of meeting Sheila at Girraween Senior High School. He is an impressive young man, and I have no doubt he will do a fantastic job of representing young people on this important Student Council. I want to congratulate him for being selected for this important role. He is a great example of a young person who is growing into a fine young leader under the leadership and guidance of the schools in our community. He is a recent participant in the Mentor Me Reconnect program, which is run by the Organisation of African Communities in a number of schools. It's a program that provides mentoring and support to young African people so that they stay engaged in school and engaged in learning. The Mentor Me Reconnect program is working with the Girraween Senior High School staff, and it's had a significant impact on this young man. I'm told that when he started the Mentor Me Reconnect program, he was asked about his career aspirations, and he said that when he finished school, he wanted to be a cleaner because that's what he expected. That's what he felt would be an expected and appropriate career choice for him. But when I met Sheila recently, we had a long discussion about his aspiration to be a police officer, and in particular to be a member of the Tactical Response Group. He'd done a lot of research and had an extensive knowledge about the TRG and the work that they do. And I think that's a really strong example about how people's interaction in a school environment can profoundly shape their expectations about what the future might look like for them. So I want to wish Sheila well, both for his work on the Student Council. I'm incredibly proud that this young man's been selected to participate in the first ever Student Council, but I also want to wish him well for his chosen career as a member of the WA Police Force. I've got no doubt that if he's successful, he'll make an important contribution to the policing in this state. Acting Speaker, I also wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate the students from Balga Senior High School who are part of a rap band called the Proud Noongar Boys. The Proud Noongar Boys are a group of students from Balga Senior High School, and they were recently recognised in the Triple J Unearthed High Indigenous Initiative with their track Get Up, Stand Up, Show Up, which was based on this year's NAIDOC Week theme. The Proud Noongar Boys were also recognised by the City of Stirling at the recent NAIDOC Awards in Mirrabooka with an award for the Young Aboriginal Performers of the Year award. I was pleased to have the honour of presenting that award to them. The Proud Noongar Boys consist of Domain Colbung, Ryan Colbung, Savannah Gartlett and Lauren Harrison, and they worked with their music teacher Nick Callum and Fluent, a local Aboriginal rapper who mentored the group. His mentorship was part of WAM's new Noise program, which is being delivered in partnership with Healthway. I want to say congratulations to the members of the Proud Noongar Boys and the teachers and mentors involved in this great project. Again, we are all so proud of them, and I can't wait to see what they do next. This is another great example of how teachers are working with our students and our young people to help them achieve outstanding things. Teaching's not just about helping students to achieve academic success. It's about finding pathways and opportunities that will allow our young people to develop in a way that takes advantage of their interests, their talents and their skills. As the success of the Proud Noongar Boys show, there is a great opportunity to achieve success in artistic endeavours. Balga Senior High School will be able to do so much more in this regard when their new Performing Arts Centre is finished, giving students a real-world stage to perform and practice on. I'm so excited to see that our election commitment is to build a Performing Arts Centre at Balga Senior High School is beginning to take shape. In June this year, Minister Ellery announced that architects had been appointed to begin the work of designing the new Performing Arts Centre. The Performing Arts building will have a theatre, a green room, a servery and box office, staff study and associated stores and toilet facilities for staff, students and guests. The new facilities are expected to be ready to open in late 2024. Great things are happening at Balga Senior High School. The staff are doing a fantastic job of delivering a range of educational opportunities for their students, and new facilities like the Performing Arts Centre will see that offering grow. Young people are our community's future, and the McGowan Labor government's committed to ensuring that our local public schools offer students the best learning opportunities possible. Acting Speaker, I wanted to perhaps conclude my comments tonight by giving a general shout out to many of the students in the electorate of Mirrabooka. And it is graduation season, and I know a number of members will be spending time going to student graduations. But I wanted to give a congratulations to all the Year 12 students who are graduating from Balga Senior High School, Girraween Senior High School, Mercy College, John Septimus Roe Anglican Community School, Emmanuel Christian School and St Andrew's Grammar School. And I want to wish those students well for their futures, whatever path they choose to take. Our students have grown up and attended school in one of the most culturally and linguistically diverse communities in WA. And I say to those students, you will be well equipped to meet the challenges of this millennium, which will be international, it will be connected, and it will have at its heart more diversity and tolerance than ever before. You will be well equipped with resilience, with tolerance, and all the skills and knowledge that your excellent teachers have taught you. I want to say congratulations to all of those Year 12 students for completing their schooling, and I want to wish them well with their chosen career. Many will go off to do ATAR exams, but a greater number will in fact pursue vocational and employment trainings or go into the labour market. There's never been a better time in Western Australia to pursue a great career. There are so many pathways and opportunities now for our students and our young people that don't necessarily rely on people achieving an ATAR result. So no matter who you are or where you come from, there are great opportunities available to be able to contribute to our society and to our economy. It is our teachers and our public schools in particular, but all of our schools, that are helping to transform the lives of the young people in my community of Mirrabooka, but right around the state. It is our excellent teaching staff that understand our students are not just there to learn academically, but indeed are to be treated as a whole person with a set of unique skills and talents, and our teachers see that whole person, provide them with opportunities and supports and pathways that will allow them to grow and shine in the future. Acting Speaker, this is an important bill that will ensure that our teachers in Western Australia maintain that high standard, that they continue to be fit for the purpose of teaching in classrooms. And I would close by acknowledging that teaching, I think as others have said before me, I think is really a calling, that people who perform that work, many of them are driven by a deep desire to have a profound impact on a young person's life. And I think the submissions this evening really bear that out. And as I said at the outset, my own reflections about the impact that teachers had on me right through my public school education was profound. And it was a matter I spoke about in my inaugural speech to this place, that I'm particularly proud of my public school education. So with that, I'll conclude my comments, other than to add, I thank the teachers of Western Australia for all that they do and commend the bill to the House.